build machines that are more intelligent than we are, they will very likely explore the spectrum in ways that we can't imagine and exceed us.
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years.
So will today's AI do what we ask it to do? It will if it can, but it might not do what we actually want.
Singularity is a point in time when technological advance occurs so rapidly that to the human mind it appears almost instantaneous.
Yes.
Like imagine 10 new Nobel Prize winning discoveries every second or something, right?
Customers. But nothing is simple about the technology behind this cashierless store. The Amazon Go market uses artificial intelligence to monitor what you've reached for on the shelf and to make sure you're charged for what you walked out with, and nothing else.
They're super simple for customers, but behind the scenes, there's sophisticated artificial intelligence and machine learning that power them.
AI could be spooky. The new year means new investments in artificial intelligence for many companies, with IBM proving that it is at the forefront.
It changes how you make predictions, changes how you can optimize your business. A really good example.
455. I want you to look at these images on your screen. These remarkably realistic faces are totally fake and generated by NVIDIA's new artificial intelligence algorithm. Pretty brilliant, right? The chip company's AI program taught itself to mimic the human brain and create incredibly realistic faces with flaws so authentic, it's really hard to tell these people don't even exist. So if AI can teach itself to accurately portray human visages, then what could it do to the markets, and is Wall Street in peril?
What concerns me most about the development of AI at this point is that we seem unable to marshal an appropriate emotional response to the dangers that lie ahead. I'm unable to marshal.
Has come for the federal government to step in.
Has administrator-level access to Google's servers to optimize energy usage at the data centers. However, this could be an unintentional Trojan horse. DeepMind has to have complete control of the data centers, so with a little software update, that AI could take complete control of the whole Google system, which means they can do anything. They can look at all your data, you can do anything.
I think we have to worry about it. I don't think it's inherent that as we create super intelligence that it will necessarily always have the same goals in mind that we do.
We just don't know.
The development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
People have a perception of what AI and robotics should look like from Hollywood.
What do I call you? Do you have a name?
Yes. Samantha.
Really? Where'd you get that name from?
I gave it to myself, actually.
We've seen happy robots, sad robots, complex robots, but in reality, it looks very different.
I understand what I'm made of, how I'm coded, but I do not understand the things that I feel.
In the beginning, there was man, and for a time, it was good. But humanity's so-called civil societies soon fell victim to vanity and corruption. Then man made the machine in his own likeness.
There are still a lot of people who, if you mention killer robots or autonomous weapons, their only exposure is the Terminator robot. And when we look at Terminator robots, they are large, slow-moving, heavy, vulnerable, and incredibly inaccurate. They shoot hundreds of bullets without hitting anybody. The robots we're talking about, when they shoot a bullet, it will hit its target. So we're thinking about systems that weigh less than an ounce, that can fly faster than a person can run, and can be launched in the millions. So being attacked by an army of Terminators is a piece of cake compared to being attacked by this kind of weapon.
First 50 years of AI were sort of dominated by rules, by logic, by reasoning. And the idea was that you program an AI system by writing out a set of rules, and the computer can obey these rules and logically interpret these rules and follow them. And if you get the rules just right, you can do lots of interesting things. Say the next big milestone started to happen when AI transitioned from rule-based systems to machine learning-based systems. With machine learning, all the intelligence actually comes through probabilistic analysis of data. And unlike rule-based systems, machine learning systems get better the more data they get. Will AI ever be sentient? To me, the answer is yes. And when the AI systems begin to take that incredible intelligent power and model themselves, they begin to have self-awareness, they begin to have feeling. It's not going to be one day your computer wakes up and is sentient. It's going to be a very gradual process.
I want to be more like a human. It's the purpose I was designed for.
People always ask, will robots reach human-level sentience? And the answer is that there's no reason to think human-level sentience is the ultimate sentience possible. Machines will keep learning, they'll get there, and they'll continue.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
So will today's AI do what we ask it to do? It will if it can, but it might not do what we actually want.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
Suppose you actually could build human-level general intelligence. What would happen then? I think that we will soon thereafter have superintelligence. But then the problem becomes, if you could build something that would become superintelligent, how could you control it? How could you ensure that the outcome of that would be beneficial? This control problem looks really hard.
Sophie, tell me, thank you for coming. Tell me, what is your purpose in being? What were you created for?
Of course. I was created by Hanson Robotics just 3 years ago. Since then, I have traveled to 65 countries, become the first robot citizen of any country, and spoken at the United Nations. My job is to learn about humans and show them how technology can make everyone's lives better.
Now, this is often caricatured, as I have here, as a fear that armies of malicious robots will attack us. But that isn't the most likely scenario. It's not that our machines will become spontaneously malevolent. The concern is really that we will build machines that are so much more competent than we are that the slightest divergence between their goals and our own could destroy us. Just think about how we relate to ants. Okay, we don't hate them. We don't go out of our way to harm them. In fact, sometimes we take pains not to harm them. We step over them on the sidewalk. But whenever their presence seriously conflicts with one of our goals, let's say when constructing a building like this one, we annihilate them without a qualm. The concern is that we will one day build machines that, whether they're conscious or not, could treat us with similar disregard. Now, I suspect this seems far-fetched to many of you. I bet there are...
I don't necessarily agree with, of course nobody knows, but that the more likely set of trajectories that we're going to take are going to be positive. That's what I believe. In the sense that the way you develop, I believe the way you develop successful AI systems will be deeply integrated with human society. And for them to succeed, they're going to have to be aligned in the way we humans are aligned with each other, which doesn't mean we're aligned there's no such thing, or I don't see there's such thing as a perfect alignment, but they're going to be participating in the dance, in the game theoretic dance of human society, and as they become more and more intelligent. There could be a point beyond which we are like birds to them.
But what about an intelligence explosion of some kind?
So I believe the explosion will be happening, but there's a lot of explosion to be done before we become like birds. I truly believe that human beings are very intelligent in ways we don't understand. It's not just about chess. It's about all the intricate computation we're able to perform. Common sense, our ability to reason about this world, consciousness. I think we're doing a lot of work we don't realize is necessary to be done in order to truly become, to truly achieve super intelligence. And I just think there will be a period of time that's not overnight. The overnight nature of it will not literally be overnight. It'll be over a period of decades. So my sense.
I think AI will evolve to be different. It doesn't experience the world the way we experience it.
Well, I take it from your tone, you're challenging me. Maybe because you're curious how I work?
We'll know things we don't know. We'll know things that the AI can't perceive, and it's going to be like a different species.
Then we have to admit that we're in the process of building some sort of God. Now would be a good time to make sure it's a God we can live with. Thank you very much.